everybody, welcome once again to Lightning TV. Now on Saturday night, it was a turn of Sheffield Steeldogs to visit the Milton Keynes Arena. Was it going to be the last game of the season? Well, I guess we don't know that yet. Let's go and check out the action. As we said before, presentation to Grant McPherson, flowers to his partner. And Grant will receive an engraved tankard from Lightning. He'll also receive a whole load of bottles of beer, which in fact are all labelled with his name and his squad number. And the labels in fact were designed by his teammate, James Griffin. And of course, he also gets presented with his McPherson 500 shirt. Absolutely fantastic to see, and an amazing reception for G as Captain Russ Cowley comes over with Chief Exec Claire and Bassett to get their photos. And absolute legend of this club. Telford, of course, they can win the league tonight if Swindon lose. So if Swindon lose tonight, Telford will win the league. Having said that, I do actually think that if Swindon only get a point tonight, Telford will also be crowned champions because they've got a better head-to-head, provided Swindon win all of their remaining games, of course. Ripley waits down in front of the Lightning bench, not coming into him that time. Bell switches it over to the left-hand side and receives the return pass. Now they're into neutral territory in front of the benches. Brown, that was. This gets turned over in favour of Liam Stewart in Lightning colours, of course. Christie. Stewart again, just lets it go through. Wasn't going to fool Bell that time round though. Opportunity now, shot comes in, that's an opening goal! And that's Brown. Great opportunity, great goal. Not entirely sure Jordan Lauday saw that all the way through. If he did, he took his eyes off it. But it's Brown that opens the scoring with less than 2 minutes gone. In fact, less than a minute and a half. Great wrist shot. Just beats Lauday over to his left-hand side. Sheffield take the lead. McPherson just gets it tangled underneath his stick, but Garner, beg your pardon, Jameson will come away with it. It was indeed a tripping call on Thomas Garner. Into the last 10 seconds of this first period. A couple of penalties each. One goal, of course, for Sheffield. And that's pretty much the way it will stay at the end of the first 20 minutes here at the Milton Keynes Arena. So here we go. A minute and 34 remaining on the Thomas Garner penalty for Lightning, which he got for tripping, of course, late in the second period. Steeldogs 1 goal to the good. We're into the second period as referee Matthews drops the puck. And it's Morgan who picks it up and switches sides straight away. Good movement this by Sheffield this time round. Another shot comes in, Lauday in front, gets the poke check away. Cowley gets his stick on it. Just change coming for Sheffield, and Graham's on the ice. Cochrane again. Tanaka there, picks it up straight away, comes out front, goes backhand, and that's a goal! Cal Tanaka! It was Cochrane that got a little bit untidy. Tanaka just takes it round. Picked it up, took it round, goes backhand, past the Modra. I imagine Reece Cochrane will be a little bit dismayed about that. I didn't hear what the penalty was, unfortunately. I thought it was for a late hit, but it was a late hit, apparently. Good movement this from Sheffield. Luca with the shot. Great save by Lauday. Great initial save anyway. Puck gets put in and the goal stands. Lauday sprawled on the ice. And I don't know why people are booing here. Lauday was down, but if he's down, he's out of position. It's a power play goal, of course, puts Sheffield ahead. Shot came in, Luca it was. Lauday sprawls across. Now, was there a player on top of him? We don't really know. Stewart again. Jameson this time round. Trying to get something happening for Lightning. Just fires it into the stick of Bell. And goes in for a hit on Bell straight away. Brown. Salem providing traffic in front. Lauday was covering and Salem couldn't get a stick on it. Morgan arriving late now. Lauday covers up again as Brown was in close attendance. 12:22 to go. Bit of pushing and shoving in front of the net now. Taylor Dicking getting involved. Christie. Just dropped down from Kana to Cowley. Couldn't quite get it through the legs of Griffin that time round for Sheffield, but nice little skate out from Sheffield, right in front, and that's another goal. And that's Luca, and it was Graham that did the work there. Alex Graham, great play from him. Picked up the puck, took it all the way down, just literally hands it on a plate to Luca. And Sheffield's import's not going to miss from there. Beats Lauday to his left-hand side. Lightning 1, Sheffield 3, 11:09 remaining in this second period. Ferguson misses the hit on, I think it was on Barry. McPherson switches sides. Carlon will pick that up. Green is there as well. Carlon looking for options. Can't jam it in, and Samodra just it bobbles in front of him. He just manages to pick it up. A bit more pushing and shoving just for good measure. Almost halfway through this second period. Even more pushing and shoving, and this really is starting to have the feel of a last game of the season about it. It looks like referee Matthews has called them both to the penalty box. Drops it down low. Spur again, trying to get something across, and Lauday looks to cover over. Graham was in there again. Provider of the third goal, of course, for Sheffield. He handed it off to Luca. Morgan. Luca again. Traffic there, and Lauday got something on that. It was enough. And that's another goal. 4-1. 1-4 should it be. It's a power play goal. And it looks like it was Salem coming in the back post. Good initial save from Lauday. It came in. Salem just got it in there. Beat Lauday on the angle. Milton Keynes Lightning 1. Sheffield Steeldogs 4. Stokes gets it round. Sheffield back in possession. Lightning back to full strength now. Stokes chases that down into the corner and gets rewarded this time round as he picks the puck up and switches sides, gives it to Jameson, who gives it to Griffin. Griffin playing as a makeshift forward since he came out of the box. Takes it all the way around. Tanaka waits in the crease. Gets a shot. Tanaka with a great shot, and Zamodra with a shot, and we've got a penalty coming on the play, and it'll be a penalty shot. James Griffin against Dimitri Zamodra in the Sheffield goal. Griffin now picks up the puck. Goes long, just takes it round, and scores! And James Griffin is really getting into this goal-scoring habit. 6:37 to go. Brilliantly taken penalty. Just took it nice and easy. Feigned on one shot, just took him round, waited for the commitment. He does like his celebrations as well, does James Griffin. 6:37 to go. Lightning half the deficit now. Lightning 2, Sheffield 4. Face off won by Line, but it's picked up straight away by Spur. Drops it to Ralph on the blue line. Ralph, traffic in front of Lauday, it's another goal! And he saw that late. Lauday saw that so late as he went through. I don't know if somebody got a tip in on that as he went through. But But it was a good shot. All the way through. Now, I don't know whether Graham got a touch on that as he went through, but Sheffield restore the lead. Lightning 2, Sheffield 5. Face off now to the left. McPherson wins that. Not cleared that time by Lightning. Opportunity now for Sheffield to get something going once again, which they've done very well so far in this game. Playing the power plays very, very well. Good possession. Looking good value for this lead so far. Cochrane tried to get it across, came off a skate of Griffin. Carlon will go for a skate now. He's got a bit of a header. Steve Root scores! Tom Carlon goes one end to the other. Digs it round. Dimitri Zamodra in the Sheffield goal. Lightning 3, Sheffield 5, picks it up just beyond the red line, goes all the way in, goes one side, goes the other, backhand, thank you very much. Coming up to the last 2 minutes now of this second period. It seems to have been a long period, this one. All the way back round again to Jameson. Switches sides, gives it to McPherson. Stewart down on the right-hand side. Cowley. Shouts of let's go Lightning. Good attempted pass there by McPherson with Stewart coming in the back door. Picks it up again. Another shot comes in! Zamodra stands there and doesn't quite know how that went through, but it did. Liam Stewart brings it back to within 1. Power play goal. Luca comes out of the Sheffield penalty box. Kana with the one-time pass. Stewart just picks his spot. And Zamodra just rooted to the spot there. He has no idea how that found his way through. Luca spreads it wide. Morgan takes a look over his left shoulder. Luca with the shot. Lord, they got the parry away, got the second save as well. Luca again to Morgan. Spreads it round. Another shot comes in. Bobbles wide again. Laude's lost his stick. He's got one of the defenseman's sticks. He's got Russell's stick, I think. Now he'll be able to recover it. 6 seconds to go. And the buzzer is just about to go at the end of that period. Oh, that was eventful. At the end of that 20 minutes, Milton Keynes Lightning 4, Sheffield Steeldogs 5. It looks at the moment we're going with 3 officials while Stephen Matthews gets his helmet fixed. And the puck is dumped straight down as we start the third and final period. Luca. Christie. Cowley. Kana just goes in deep, goes high, and levels the score at 5 apiece. Thomas Kana from Russell Cowley. The scores are tied. 17:04 to go in the third. Brilliant goal. Tight angle, tight angle. Just drops down to the post, picks it up, goes right across the face of Zamodra, straight into that top corner, right in the angle. That's a brilliant goal. McPherson up against Luca. 1:25 to go on the Lightning power play. Let's go Lightning. Rings around the rink. Kana with the shot, gets a goal from the blue line. Thomas Kana takes the lead for Lightning. 15:39 to go. Lightning 6, Sheffield 5. That's an absolute cracker. Power play goal, of course. Sheffield will go back to full strength. One time, Kana just goes straight through. He has indeed, number 34. He'll get 2 minutes for tripping. He'll be sat by Jack Brammer. Lining on the power play again. Cowley, back to Jameson. Traffic in front of Zamodra again! And it comes off the boards! Zamodra was sliding back. McPherson was there and it's come off the back of the pads. Lightning 7, Sheffield 5. 13:08 to go. It's a power play goal once again. Shot came in. It was Jameson, come all the way back as Zamodra's sliding back. He's knocked it into his own goal. Circled away by Cowley, didn't want to put himself offside as Garner retreated just over the blue line. Lining looked to get a change. Stewart, Dickin and Grinnell Park on the line now. That's a line that's been clicking over the last couple of weeks. Dickin. Gives it to Jameson. Picks up the return. Nice drop to Stewart. Stewart goes backhand, straight in front of Montres with the goal! Goal number 8, and I think that's Rio Grinnell Park. 11:34 to go. Milton Keynes Lightning 8, Sheffield Steeldogs 5. Great little pass. Gives it to Stewart, goes backhand, and I think that's Rio Grinnell Park. I could be mistaken. What a great goal. Pushed himself offside and Salem ends up having to go back. A bit of pushing and shoving in front of the bench again, and it's Salem this time round. Bit of pushing and shoving. Getting to late stage of the game, 6:42 to go. And Holden Barnes Garner having a go. 6 minutes to go in this game. Griffin gives it to Dickin now, who's go for a skate. He's got Stewart if he needs him. Goes far side, great goal! Taylor Dickin gives it to Liam Stewart. Makes it 9 for Milton Keynes Lightning. That's as good an assist as you're going to get this season. 5:47 to go. Dickin with pace right down the side, waited, and Liam Stewart's not going to miss from there. Milton Keynes Lightning 9, Sheffield Steeldogs 5. Shouts of "We want 10" go around the arena. But 4 minutes to go. You could probably argue that Lightning have got the work done now. Win this game, of course. And here we go. Barnes Garner is going to go with Brammer. They both dropped him. Barnes Garner goes to throw the first punch. Brammer's trying to offload and get over the top. Barnes Garner with a couple of shots over as well. Good swinging from these two. Good balance as well as Barnes Garner goes over. Brammer's still throwing the bombs. With 3:56 to go. Well, that was going to happen. So as Holden Barnes Garner makes his way to the locker room, as does Jack Brammer. Bit of push and shoving in the middle now. Bit of a debate going on at centre ice. And I got a feeling it was Kieran Brown then who was offering Thomas Garner, who just laughed in his face. Spurs having a chat now. Johnson's in there. They're all having a chat with Thomas Garner, who's really not interested. So when he came into this league, Thomas Garner, he had a bit of a reputation because, of course, he took a ban when he was at Swindon. It was a bit feisty, and he has kept his head all season long. He's done so well. Bell. Graham shifts it to the side. Lorde out of position slightly. Smothered the puck then really well. Puck just skips across. Brown and Ferguson just going for it. Couple of cross checks. I think Nathan Salem having a word with Tom Carlon again. He really doesn't like being around Tom Carlon. Harry Ferguson now will go and leave the ice. He's got a 2-minute penalty. He'll just go. No point in being there. That's an interesting. Yes, producer Ben in my ear has just said with all these precautions about not shaking hands and all this kind of stuff, because there won't be a handshake at the end of the game. They're touching elbows. I just wonder, are you allowed to punch each other? Or do you have to use elbows? because of the virus. Shouldn't make light of stuff like that. But you know what? Sometimes you just have to. Jameson trying to clear his lines. Lining still looking for that 10th goal. I don't think they're going to get it. The Sheffield certainly aren't going to pull Warburton at this stage. Stewart gets round his man, gets the shot in. Warburton gets enough on it, parries out away. Sheffield are going to go. Well, they've got a man back, 1, 2. Sheffield are back to full strength. For some reason I thought it was 4-on-4. There's the pass, all the way through to McPherson. He's got attention, he scores! Graham McPherson presenting his 500th shirt tonight, and he makes it 10. What a night! Of all the people to score the 10th goal on the night, it has to be Graham McPherson. Under a minute to go. Great pass all the way through. He's got attention, he just shoots low. And you'll have to excuse us because the software for the commentary doesn't go to 10 on the scoreboard, so you're going to have 2 dashes there. Producer Ben is just trying to... The plus is a 10. 50 seconds to go. Oh, my life. Hi-ho, MK Lightning now rings around the arena. Great little drop from Dickin again. Gets it back from Carl on that time round. Not over yet. 23 seconds to go. Dickin, great pass all the way through to Green. Green now with the shot into the corner. Dickin! Dickin scores the 11th goal! So nonchalant. 15.2 seconds to go. Picks up the rebound. Goes high against Warburton. That was a fantastic goal. Just lifted up nicely. Hardly even celebrates. 11-5. You've still got the plus sign on the scoreboard. Now we've got a question mark. It is 11. Maybe you need to look into that for next season. 7 seconds to go. That's going to pretty much end it there. As Sheffield pick up the puck. The crowd rise to their feet. A Lightning win. Milton Keynes Lightning 11. Sheffield Steeldogs 5. And I have a feeling that what you've just seen there is the last home game of the Lightning season. We can't be certain. We don't know what the league are going to say, or the government for that fact, on Monday about their recommendations. But I would be very, very, very surprised if we see Telford here next Saturday night. Well, an absolutely cracking win on the night for Milton Keynes Lightning, of course. And after the game, we caught up with Lightning head coach Lewis Clifford. Cliff, at the end of the game tonight, that had a real end-of-term feel about it for obvious reasons. We'll come on to those in a second. But, you know, when Sheffield has scored 5, that looked a really tough comeback from there.
Yeah, you know, I think everyone in the room realised, well, I know everyone in the room realised at the end of the second period that was probably going to be the last period we got to play in this building this season, and we didn't want to be remembered for losing to Sheffield, you know, in the last game of the season when, you know, we have no idea when we're going to be back together as a team again. So, you know, that's basically what I said in between second and third. You know, there's nothing tactical, there's nothing, you know, X's and O's. It's just, we're not going to let this happen, you know, in the last game at home. And the boys went out there and phenomenal in the third.
It is frustrating, we know that, but we totally understand why, you know, we can't have gatherings like this and games can't go ahead. And obviously, of course, we understand that. But we were talking earlier that, you know, the frustration is obvious when you think you've got a team that can play like that on a pretty hot streak going into what would have been the playoffs. It could have been a good run, couldn't it?
Yeah, you know what, we've got no kind of divine right to go and win the playoffs, but I think we had a great chance, you know, and it is frustrating. You know, obviously there'd be 7 other coaches going into the playoffs that also tell you the same thing, that they can go and win the playoffs, and absolutely they all can. We're all with a chance, but it's easy for me to sulk about that and feel like we've been robbed of an opportunity to go and compete for silverware, that we've been sort of resting, not resting on our laurels, but we've sort of freewheeling for a while, waiting, getting things right, getting things clicking right for the playoffs that are now not really going to happen. It's frustrating, but there's a bigger picture. That there's people a lot worse off than us in the world. People that are seriously ill, people that have died from this virus that's going around, and we need to I need to act my age and suck it up and just realise, that there is more to life than hockey.
It was good to see so many here tonight, but it was good to see so many messages on the stream of people that have decided to stay home because they may be at risk or they know somebody's at risk, and they're taking a really responsible view. And as we stand here now, we still play tomorrow night in Leeds. As we stand here now, we still have Telford next Saturday and indeed all next weekend. But the likelihood of that happening have got to be getting slimmer by the hour.
Yeah, I think the more you hear, different sports being called off, actual, financial powerhouses like the Football Premier League and Premiership Rugby and the NHL and the NBA and stuff like that, I think the writing's on the wall, I'm not expecting to be coaching a hockey game next weekend.
Special word in that case for the noise that this place generated today. Went a little bit quiet when, of course, Sheffield took that lead, which you'd expect, but boy, oh boy, in the third period, they raised the roof, didn't they?
Yeah, that was so loud, and you know what? The boys, I've probably stood here a lot of Saturdays and given the boys a hard time. The boys deserved that noise tonight. It was a bit lackluster maybe first period. I think it was a bit weird for everyone that we're here and, playing, and it took us a while to get going. But that third period performance, that deserved everyone in there to be out of their seat, on their feet and making noise. And as much as I've been harsh on the boys because I've always been striving for like the next level and the next level, they've been awesome. 2/3 of the season really, since probably November onwards. Like there's no one really that's been better than us across that period of time, and it's frustrating that it all ends here. But that team's got a lot to be proud of. They should be proud of themselves. I'm certainly proud of a lot of the stuff they've done. We're really appreciative of the support we get, and I hope the fans are proud of the boys and the way they've turned things around this season, because I'm certainly very, very proud.
Special mention as well to the owners, because that owner group have given you pretty much everything that you've wanted all season. You never wanted for anything. They've allowed you the freedom to coach and run the club as the team as you see fit, and you can see it works.
Yeah, phenomenal. I couldn't wish for better people to work with. They'd probably argue with. I feel that I work for them. They are my bosses, but they're an unbelievable group of people. They do nothing but support. Sometimes we have slight disagreements, but it's only ever out of everybody wanting to do the best and everyone wanting the best for the club. And it's been amazing, and this is just phase one. This club's got so much potential. Players that we've got here now, players that we're trying to bring back for next year. We've got so much potential as a club, and with the ownership we've got and the support we've got, the sky's the limit really for this club.
Saying that as well, I guess we start looking towards next season now, of course, and that's where your work carries on. And obviously we'll stay in touch with the fans during the off season. We'll be doing interviews with yourself and team personnel as we get signings in and stuff like that. But I'd like to say thanks to you, because all the way through the season, whenever things have been going badly or they've been going well, you've always come up, you've always fronted up, you've always been absolutely honest, which I've always known about you anyway. We've always had that, those conversations. So thanks so much for that. If it does end, we just go again next season.
Yeah, that's it. That's all you can do. Just look what's ahead of us. Is it tomorrow? I don't know. Is it next weekend? No idea. But we'll still be live and kicking when the new season rolls around. And thanks to you, Chris, for all that you do, all the media people, all the volunteers, everyone. I'll get a full list together in time for the awards night if that happens. But I'm going to miss people off. But thanks to everyone who's contributed this year. It's been a ride. Not always pretty, but more good times than bad.
Brilliant. Well, cheers for your time, Cliff. Really appreciate it.
Thanks, mate.
So there you go, an absolutely fantastic win on what could be the last home game of this season. It depends really on what the authorities have to say. Thanks very much to Lewis Clifford for taking the time to chat to us after the game, of course, and thank you to everybody for watching throughout this season. It's been an absolute pleasure to be involved with Lightning TV once again. I'd also like to thank our production team, Ben the producer, Lexi who operates the camera, and Nat as well, who comes along and lends a hand. Thanks so much for watching. Keep your eyes peeled on the Facebook page and the web page for news. We'll keep you updated as we go through. Take care, stay safe, see you then.